Hello, and welcome to the Council of Titos, the only show on the Laro-Laro channel where Titos talk about the reality TV show and social experiment that has been running for over 25 years, Survivor. My name is Chief Bisdak Joel Parcon, and with me, as always, is Juxtapotito Joao Atienza. Hey, Joao, how are you doing?
For the second week running, I
Hmm.
am wearing the pizza shirt.
The pizza shirt.
Yes.
Care to show it to our audience?
Yeah,
There you go.
pizza. And I kind of made an error, right? I
Uh,
might have said I might have said that Luigi's, which is the pizza parlor of Justin Pio who says pizza parlor anymore? The pizza place of the family of Justin Piopi from Survivor 48, I believe.
mm,
I might have said that it was like in Beachmont, Massachusetts, or something like that, but that's like the nearest train station. But I think technically it's in Reverie. Anyway, it's still near a racetrack, and they still have really good pizza. And I think my brother had their meatball sub, and he liked it quite a bit as well.
oh, okay. So they're it's interesting. I mean, I'd never really thought of Boston or Massachusetts being a place where there's an Italian community. I guess it's America, so they're bound to be everywhere,
Yeah,
just
like
as
especially
Filipinos.
the East Coast, right?
Yeah,
Because like, you know,
that's where they landed.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Meanwhile, the Filipinos are on the West Coast mainly.
Yes. Oh my God. Like the last time we were in San Francisco, oh my God, it was like, oh, what is this? Like, there's this building there. It's like Jollibee, Red Ribbon. I'm like, what? What is this place?
Did you do like the usual prank that they do where they go "Psst," and then check to see how many people turn their heads?
Uh, that'll be that'll be well. I don't not in San Francisco, right? Because that, a place to do that would be in up in Queens in Little Manila,
Okay.
because Little Manila feels a lot like Manila,
Mm,
right? Because
really?
yeah, like oh, it's something that people out here in the Philippines um don't realize is that the subway in New York is basically Manhattan. But
Mm-hmm.
once you go out to like Brooklyn, Queens, a lot of that is an elevated rail.
Mm. Oh, okay, okay,
So,
yeah, okay.
it's a lot like our MRT and LRT.
Mm-hmm.
So, you get off the station in you get off the station Little Manila, you kind of have that train platform sort of right
Mm-hmm.
above you. So it's kind of like, that area around,
EDSA
I don't know, like U
or
Belt or
Taft. Yeah.
whatever, something like that.
Okay, got it, got it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll add that to my bucket list of
Yeah.
places to go.
The first Jollibee on the East Coast
Oh.
was there.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, we're here to talk about Survivor Season 50, Episode 10, called A Side Dish of Chaos. But before we begin, please hit the like and subscribe button if you want to stay updated with our weekly excuse to catch up. And so, without further ado, let's begin. I'm quite sure that there aren't too many things that we should be talking about for this episode. I don't know. I don't know with you.
Mr.
Uh,
Beast is really tall.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that I noticed. I mean, like, what the heck? He's tall, and I thought Jeff was kind of like on the tall side. And then
Oh,
I wonder,
let's
Jonathan
see.
should have stood beside Mr. Beast to see who the real Beast is. You know,
Wait, let's see. Jeff Probst's height. No, not Jeffrey Epstein. I don't want
Why-
to know. Jeff Probst is 1.78 meters, which
oh,
is
around
about
5'8",
5'10.
5'9", 5'10", yeah, around that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, but we're about the same height.
yeah,
Jeffrey, which means Mr. Beast. I'd be looking up at Mr. Beast, like,
yeah.
hey,
He's probably around 6'5", 6'4".
You know what? Since I'm on Google,
Yeah.
Mr. Beast height 6'3" to 6'5".
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. Dude is
yeah.
tall.
Dude is tall. So that tells me that Jonathan Young is around that height as well, I guess. Right?
Jonathan Young
Here we are,
height.
Googling the heights of the different castaways.
Yeah, it's about 6'4" apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. He's 6'4" tall and about 5 feet wide, I guess.
6'4", 250 pounds.
The total package.
Anyway, yeah. So
Anyway,
there,
so
that's the thing. Mr. Beast saw. Great episode, by the way.
mm,
Like, um, the gross food challenge is back in a way.
yeah,
You
in a
know,
way. Yeah, from the auction. But before that, since we were talking about Mr. Beast, what do you think about the super beware advantage? Do you think that it was really a super beware advantage? Does it qualify?
um, you know that I didn't like the the twists that involve too much chance.
Mm.
Like the Monty Hall problem twists. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
what? They
Yeah,
did that
it
like
was basically
twice.
do or die. It was basically do or die, right?
Yeah, and no, thank you. Like, I'm not a big fan of that sort of thing. Um, I'm kind of disappointed that it was only $2 million. Oh, I say only $2 million, but like, this is Survivor 50. They should have made it like more than that. Because Winners at
Yeah.
War was a two
Was
million
it really two
dollar.
million? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Winners at War was 2 million. So it felt kind of weird that like we have Survivor 50 and they're going back to like the $1 million prize, which
Mm.
is inflation, which is inflationed away, which means like in terms of actual buying power, Richard Hatch got more money than got more
Tony Vlachos.
value than Tony Vlachos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, or I don't know, but yeah, yeah, it should have been 2 from 2M to 3M or from 2M to 4M. Like,
Mm.
Mr. Beast is rich. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Jim. What's his name? Is his name
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Jimmy,
Yeah, Jimmy.
apparently. So,
Jimmy.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my other question. Was this the better Jimmy twist?
Uh yeah, actually. And you know what? I'm I'm so like pleasantly surprised and kind of happy, right? Like, um Mr. Beast's presence in the episode it didn't feel as intrusive as
Zach
Zach
Brown.
Brown, right?
Yeah, it looked as if he was really just happy to be there. He was there for the reactions of the castaways, but he didn't. He basically wasn't being Mr. Beast, right?
And he didn't take up like a quarter of the episode basically,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. 'Cause that was the thing about Zach Brown. Like, he didn't get confessionals, right?
No, no,
Yeah,
he
he
didn't.
didn't get confessionals. He didn't go spearfishing. Like, we didn't get to see like a Tony Stark style montage of him
Uh,
putting together the briefcase, like
and truth be told, it might have been production course correcting after the flack that they got from the Zach Brown episode. You know,
yeah.
there might be Mr. Beast confessionals on the cutting floor, and
Well,
then
they
they just
actually
like
did release like a
a secret
scene
scene.
with him, right?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm
so
not
he was able
I can't
to
remember.
interact more with the castaways.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, so, you know. Hmm. In relation to Mr. Beast, I really like what Rizzo had to say.
which one about
Like,
the brother?
yeah, yeah, about his brother. He didn't really like, Rizzo himself doesn't
Mm,
really like Mr. Beast, but because his brother likes Mr. Beast, and I like what was his line? Like, my brother likes Mr. Beast, and I like my brother,
mm-hmm.
right? It's the transitive property.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm,
I
I'm,
mean,
I'm looking at my wife, a philosophy major. I don't know if that's how like logic works, but okay.
yeah, the transitive property, right? Yeah. Uh, since my brother likes Mr. Beast and I like my brother, therefore I like Mr. Beast. That's how
Yes,
it works, right?
it
Hit us up in the
should.
comments if you if you think that that's right. Uh, yeah. Uh, so yeah, Mr. Beast. He was tall. Rizzo liking him because his brother liked him. Oh, and this one. I think not a lot of people clocked this, or I don't know how it happened, but Devens actually got an immunity idol outside of increasing the pot to 2 million. So it
Yes.
was an idol, not an immunity necklace. He wasn't immune just for the night.
Yes. And that's crazy. I'm just imagining what it would have been like, or what it yeah, what it would have been like if he didn't come clean
Mm-hmm.
about the idol being fake.
Mm.
Like, people would be under the impression that he has two idols when really he just has one. And he
Yeah.
he plays one idol, makes it to final tribal, and then says something like, "I wanted to do Marianne and say that I kept this idol the whole time, but no,
No,
it's fake."
it's fake.
Like that
So
would have been a
outwit. That would be the ultimate outwit, right?
yeah, that would have been a great mic drop. Let me drop a mic.
Yeah. So speaking of Devons, really, really, he was. This was a Devons episode,
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure,
As
for
much as
sure.
last episode was more or less a Siri episode, this
Mm.
this episode was a Devons episode. Yeah, coming clean. You mentioned coming clean. Do you think that was the right move? In retrospect, given what happened, probably yeah. But at the start, do you think it was the right move for him? It was the right move for him to come clean.
Uh, Probably not, actually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
like.
have like the honor and truth and honor people. You know that you're gonna get their votes.
Yeah, who knows, right? He might end up finding like an idol, not tell anybody, and like
Hmm.
it's just one of those sorts of things, which is kind of what ended up happening in the episode.
Yeah,
He basically, quote unquote, found an idol.
yeah, yeah. And but yeah, I mean, for me too, I don't think it was the right move for him to say something because yeah, like what you said, he could have had the opportunity of doing exactly that, right? He has a
Mm,
second idol, second quote unquote idol, and then uses it, gets the final tribal, and just yeah, comes out with it. Then
yeah.
yeah, and this one I saw on Instagram, a story or a reel on Instagram. Apparently, in the OBB, on the opening sequence, uh, the Mr. Beast coin actually appears right before Devens is introduced.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
So
there,
we should be.
all this time, there's a coin that flips around. You never really quite clock what it is, but when we finally see that that the Mr. Beast twist is a coin, you can't unsee the fact that it is a Mr. Beast coin that twirls around in the opening sequence, and then Rick comes out. So yeah, I think that you were starting to say it. We need to look for clues in the opening sequence.
At the same time, that's the sort of thing that I really like in media, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like in a subsequent viewing, like you see it in a different light.
Yeah.
That's why I was a fan of one of my favorite movies of all time is Unbreakable
Mm. Mm.
by M. Night.
M Night Shyamalan.
What a twist guy. Like,
M
yeah,
Night
like
Shyamalan.
The shillelagh of night. There we go. Yeah, yeah, like really, that's one of my favorite movies, and
Mm.
it's like when you go back and watch it that second time, it's ooh, Mr. Plus.
Yeah, everything falls into place. Yeah, and I did have a couple of episodes ago. I started like playing the opening sequence in really slow motion, but I was listening to it more than looking at what was happening
Mm.
because I seemed to hear Jeff calling out the different tribes at the start of like backmasking, like that whole craze that happened back in the
Oh,
late
dude, so what
90s.
what we're saying is we should be playing it backwards.
Yeah, that might just give us some clues.
All right.
Yeah.
So instead of having Martin's thoughts,
You will do the backmasked opening sequence. Yeah.
no, we're gonna have Martin's
No,
thoughts.
yeah, of course we're gonna
We're
have
gonna have
Martin's.
Martin's thoughts, but it's not gonna be like Martin's thoughts. It's gonna be us guessing at what he says.
It'll be yet another game for Joao and Joel. Anyway, yeah, another thing. I mean, we're on episode 10, but Billie Eilish still getting a mention, but she still has not mentioned Survivor in any of her socials. Oh gosh, that's just it's yeah. And then I did show you guys that she promoted the upcoming Supergirl movie by wearing the what company is that? What clothing company is that?
Yeah.
Is that
Let me
Gucci or no?
let me let me just back read our um our group chat. And while we're doing that, think about how you would rank the celebrity cameos
Oh, hmm.
since
So who are
like
who? Yeah, just in 50, right? Well, yeah, we haven't had any prior. So we've got Zach Brown,
Zach Brown, Billie Eilish, Jimmy Fallon, and
Eilish.
Jimmy Beast.
Ooh, so I mean, I've got to put Beast in top.
Yes.
Uh, his yeah, it's gonna be Beast, Mr. Beast, and then you've got Fallon because those two,
Hmm.
their twists had the biggest impact on the game,
Oh, okay.
right? I mean, Mr. Beast, that, yes, it's right at he winners at war levels, but still it doubled the pot to 2 million, right?
Yeah.
And outside of that, it also prolonged Devens's life,
Right.
right? And right now, I'm starting to root for him only because
Oh,
he's like an underdog. It's not right. Uh,
interesting.
so yeah, so that he's on top. Mr. Beast is on top. Fallon is second because again, his twist had a huge impact on the game. It took out one
Okay.
of our favorites,
Yeah.
Christian.
Hmm.
Right. The twist itself, yeah. But then again, the other twists or the other cameos that you have, the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol, the Boomerang Idol, the JLP Boomerang Idol, I'd like to call
All right. We're
it.
calling it the JLP Boomerang Idol.
Yeah, because he might just boomerang back an Australian survivor too.
Whew, whew.
Anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So
Chief Miss Duck coming in hot tonight.
the JLP Boomerang Idol. It was promising, but but then again, we haven't heard from Billie Eilish talking about the show, so it it sucks, right? But still,
Yeah.
what her contribution to the game had sort of an impact on the game. Then you've
Hmm.
got Zach Brown, who just went in, spearfished apparently a fish that was already stuck to the bottom of the ocean. uh, Kudos to him if he was actually the one who cut it up and did everything and cooked everything for the guys, and then he sang a couple of songs for them. Didn't serve them fried chicken. Uh, but
Yeah.
yeah, so it's that. It's Mr. Beast, Fallon, Eilish, and then you've got Brown on the bottom.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. Well, do you have your ranking?
Interesting. Um, I agree. Mr. Beast is.
Mhm.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Mr. Beast was the best. I felt
Everybody
myself
buys
throw up.
Feastables now.
I threw up my mouth a little bit. And then after Mr. Beast, I put
Mm.
Zach Brown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Why? Why?
because the reward felt old school,
Ah, okay. Yeah,
right?
okay.
Like
The
the old
reward for whom? The
school.
reward for the winners, or the reward for Zach Brown to be able to hang out with Survivor players?
Yeah, yes. It reminded me of, those really like kitschy rewards from back in the day. It was like, all right, we're gonna put you up in like this little hut and you're going
Mm.
to watch Gulliver's Travels.
Okay. Okay, I thought you were gonna say, remember that reward where they got a local to come to their camp and fix their camp, right?
Oh yeah.
Or a local would cook for them. Yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. It just so happens that this time it was a celebrity who did the service for them or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and and it wasn't necessarily game breaking. Or no, it wasn't
Mm.
game breaking, right? That was my issue with Jimmy Fallon's, because
Mm.
it was kind of game breaking in that, like, it got Christian Hubicki out, but like it was, a lot of it was it didn't seem very well thought out. I think like that was kind of what I was hinting at, or that I
Mm.
mentioned when in our last episode, right? It was one of those like, oh yeah, this has a cool name, let's build around it, as opposed to like, this is a cool twist, what are we gonna
Mm.
name it, you know because it's just an extra vote with downside. And the sort of alternative is, well, you
Yeah.
vote yourself out.
You vote yourself and tell everyone that you're voting
Yeah, and
yourself.
you tell everybody else that you voted for. Oh, come on. And then yeah, so there, and then Billie Eilish. And the reason that I have Billie Eilish at the bottom, is, how do we put this? There are, you know how if you have high expectations, or if you have like, you know sort of higher expectations, your disappointment hits harder.
Yeah.
So there we go. um I guess that's why, like, I was pretty cool with the Mr. Beast one, because like I had the lowest of low expectations. Like, come on, it's Mr. Beast, you know. Um, Back in towards the beginning of the season and our episodes, um, I might have said stuff about Billie Eilish, but really, I quite like her,
Mm. Yeah, I mean, the artist Billie Eilish is pretty good, right?
right? And like, um, I think she has really good musical taste.
Mm.
Um, her brother is also quite talented, and they're like a really great duo. The songs that I have heard from Billie Eilish are quite, they're quite good.
Mm.
Not not something that I would necessarily go out of my way to listen to, but say when I hear a Billie Eilish song, I'm not repulsed by it.
Mm.
In fact, I can be like, oh yeah,
It can be something to
ocean
listen to.
eyes,
Yeah.
ocean eyes. Anyway,
That's enough. We might get like flagged for copyright.
yeah, yeah, I sound too much like Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
So, I was like, I had like, I guess, pretty not high expectations, but because like Billie Eilish is somebody that I'm
More
I
aware of than Zach
appreciate.
Brown.
Yeah, so somebody that I appreciate. I'm more of a fan of Billie Eilish than I am Zach Brown.
Hmm.
It's still a little
Or
bit
Mr.
harder.
Beast
Or
or
Mr.
Jimmy Fallon.
Beast. Jimmy. Oh, dude. So now it's like Jimmy twice. Jimmy. But yeah, so
Mm,
there. I was a little bit more disappointed
yeah.
with Billie Eilish because I quite like what she does.
Mm, mm. Yeah, it's just her. It's not an assimilation. Her participation in Survivor 50 has not really felt like participation at all,
Basically, yeah,
right?
yeah. Look, she Chanel, by the way, it was Chanel,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like, that's cool. She's like wearing freaking a Supergirl sweater.
right. She could have had like one photo wearing a buff that would have appeased, I think, the fandom, the
Yeah,
Survivor fandom.
yeah.
But no. So it goes back to that whole theory that it was just a job. Yeah, I don't know if she really is a fan, right?
Probably not.
Right?
Probably not. So now I'm wondering, are you really a fan of Supergirl? Are you, do we trust when you did that duet with Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day? Do you
Mm.
really like Green Day,
Do you
or
really?
was that a paycheck?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It puts into question, and that is something that Survivor people who have who've watched Survivor 50, we are the only people who can put that into question, put their intentions into question. Other casual people who have no idea about Survivor 50, they're like, oh wow, Billie Eilish is a fan of Supergirl. Oh wow, Billie Eilish is a fan of Green Day. But for us Survivor 50 fans, Survivor fans, we're like, hmm, are
really
you?
now?
But anyway, yeah, Billie Eilish still getting a mention, man.
Yeah,
Even
she's
here
getting
in our
so much
episode.
mileage out of this. So much
Yeah,
mileage.
for an advantage that hasn't really panned out so far.
Yeah.
Right? We still
For
have
a
to win play.
panned for a panned advantage that hasn't panned out. Let's call it that.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, one last thing about Devens. This has been a Devens episode, and he tuned into what we've been. I think we've been talking about it for the past couple of episodes. He made a Shakespeare allusion, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with a I think you doth protest too much. Well, the actual line is, well, in some of the folios, methinks the lady doth protest too much from Hamlet. So
Yeah.
he is feigning madness, and apparently, so there should be method in the madness, right? Which is another Hamlet line. Um,
Yeah.
but the idea, I think you doth protest too much. That was on the spot. I mean, on the dot. A really good line to describe what Stephanie was trying to do, right? The fact that she was like, you know how we when we used to play Resistance or Avalon, and whenever you have like the spy already
Yeah.
caught,
Yeah.
and then they're just trying to logic their way out of everything, you know. That was what Stephanie was doing. Right?
Well, since we're talking about that, question for you. Um, do you think that Stephanie was going home? Regardless of whether or not uh the well, I'm saying shot in the dark. Whether or
The
not
do or die,
the do or die.
the super beware advantage, the SBA landed.
Yeah, whether or not it landed.
There is, I think that the fact that Devons blew up honor and honor and what do you call them? They don't. These guys don't have alliance names. Survivor Australia. Those the players in Survivor Australia or Australian Survivor. They love their alliance names.
Yeah.
U.S. Survivor don't really put. names into their alliance. But honor and what's the other?
Integrity.
And integrity. The honor and
Yeah, honor and
integrity
integrity.
alliance. I don't know. Yeah, it's possible because I also there one part of the exit interview. Although I don't know if it was because he was tainted by what happened with Devens. Stephanie mentioned that Joe actually was the one who told her that it was her.
Mm,
Apparently, right before the votes were being counted or being announced, Joe looked her way and said, "It's you." So yeah, but I'm not quite sure if it's because of what happened with Devons,
mm.
right?
Yeah, 'cause, because there is that, right? Because Devins um had the well, people had the opportunity to just like whatever,
Mm.
It's sort of like forgot the name of that show, but like there's $1 million and everybody has won it already, but then it's divided up and you can just take it or leave it, or you can just take it, or we can start eliminating people one by one, like one
Mm.
of those sorts of things, like Devin, the entire cast could have just been like, you know what, sorry, Mr. Beast,
Mm-hmm.
like we're not gonna we're not gonna play your little game, right? And Mr. Beast is like it's like Saw guy,
He is.
I mean, in my mind,
I mean, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
the what was the name of like
Jigsaw. Isn't that the name of that puppet? That small
yeah
puppet.
yeah or the dude that like puts people through stupid things, well, stupid things, puts people through torture
Yeah.
to make them better human beings. Like that's just Mr. Beast.
To make them better human beings,
Oh,
huh?
to make them richer human beings. Like keep your hand on this car for as long as you
Mhm.
can. Like, oh my God, you're gonna the guy probably needs to take a dump or whatever. Or the isolation chambers and all of that sort of
Mm.
thing. Like, that's torture for money.
Yeah, basically, and he basically also makes money off of it because he streams it and he created his own ecosystem and yeah,
Yeah. So, he's like
and who
Saw
knows, it
guy.
might have odds in some betting sites, right?
Mm, like
Anyway,
Survivor.
yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, Survivor probably has odds in betting sites. People bet on everything nowadays. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, would Stephanie still have gotten voted out? Because it was puzzling to me that people didn't clock that Devens had an immunity idol and it was not an immunity for the night. And the show made it a point to show him pocketing the idol. It zoomed in on his pocket as he was putting it inside.
Yeah.
So yeah, there might have been that threat of okay, Devins is gonna play it anyway, but they already had that other plan. Supposedly, one of the many plans was to split it between him and Emily, right?
Yeah. So, I
But
don't
yeah, I don't know. I mean, you've always mentioned before that the final plan to be talked about, that's what's gonna happen. They
know.
probably already decided to vote Stephanie out, right? To go with that because of yeah, think about if you think about the numbers, even if Jonathan and Joe. So the truth and integrity trio. Wow, TI. Okay, let's not spell it out. The truth and integrity trio. they there's only three of them, and basically there's seven of the others, right? And you've got Rizzo. There you've got the throuple, Rizzo, Siri, and Ozzy. You've got Tiff,
Wizard of Oz.
the Wizard of Oz alliance. You've got Tiff, you've got Devons, and you got Emily.
Emily.
Wait, so there were just nine of them left? Am I missing anyone? Aubrey, you've got Aubrey, right?
Yeah,
All seven of them could logically band together just to vote one of the truth and integrity trio,
yeah.
right? So, and I'm guessing maybe Joe and Jonathan didn't want to be on the wrong side of the votes, just went along with it.
Yeah. You know, I'm really hoping that the Joe Tiffany relationship goes somewhere
Why so?
because that's cool. I really like it when you have people that are on Survivor who you wouldn't think of as being like good alliance mates end up
Mm,
becoming very good alliance mates. Steven and JT,
mm,
you know
yeah,
that sort of vibe.
mm,
Yeah, that I really like seeing that on TV.
yeah,
Gives me hope for humanity.
mm, that's true. Yeah.
Also, Aubrey's a psychopath.
Oh my God, Aubrey is a psychopath. Just going crazy with those grubs. It could have been either her or Devens flipping that coin. Tell you
Yeah.
the truth, right?
Yeah, because yeah, if Devins didn't take it, I'm pretty sure Aubrey might have. You know.
Yeah, because I'm sure that she felt that she was way in the bottom as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess we can go with to talk about the auction. What do you think
Mhm.
about the whole thing about comfort or chaos?
I mean, it isn't as bad as the other new era auctions.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it's a step in the right direction, shall we say? You know, like I like how it was like you don't have to spend all of your money; you can keep it. Like yes, yes. The worst thing about that one auction was they had to the people who had money left or
Mm.
whatever were
We're up for elimination, right? Was that it?
yes, something like that or whatever it was. There was some penalty
Mm.
to not having or to having money at the end of it.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
Um
that.
the the fact that he the fact that Jeff said like no advantages and all like that's kind of fixing some of the problems with the new era auctions and quite frankly some of the older era auctions because like eventually the meta just became you just hold off until there's an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So to outright say there's no advantage and you don't have to spend all of your money just made it a much better auction all in all regardless of whatever else they decided to throw in
Yeah.
there.
Wait, did Jeff say outright that there was no advantage?
I think so. Like I
Oh,
seem to remember him outright saying that there will be no advantages.
oh, okay, all right. Yeah, because if he did, I didn't hear it, and most likely Joe didn't either, because he did not bid on anything outside of the letters.
Maybe he just really needed that $500, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Like,
That's
oh
500 bucks
yeah,
that can go to the house. Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, that's a very Tito coded thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, you can live off of. You still have like rice in camp, and he can live off of rice.
Yeah, like a couple more days, you know. You
Yeah.
don't need you don't need all of that. Just there's $500, man. Come on, $500.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, not a lot of bad stuff in the items that were being presented, or at least the ones that got to episode, right? You just had like the grubs and the sea slug,
Mm.
and what was there? Was there another one? That was it, right? There was no other bad thing.
Oh
The
well, there
only
was
other,
Mr. Beast.
yeah, but then again, it was in the end, it was also something that the entire tribe had to consider,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And there was no question they were gonna they were gonna get go for those letters,
yeah, for
right?
sure. There was no way they weren't going to. There was so much of it stacked against. Um, You know how they said like the in the hands of the fan votes were very weighted, right?
Mm,
Like they were very clearly trying to incentivize or trying to push people in a certain direction. The same sort of thing is just present right here, right? They were totally trying to incentivize um getting that super duper beware advantage by,
mm.
juxtaposing it by
Ooh,
putting it
right, right.
in the same breath as the letters from home.
Yeah.
And like the coin flippy thing, like making it $2 million, like,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
they kind of had to.
Do you think that the choice? I mean, even if if Jeff had juxtaposed it outright, even if before he said that what they were bidding on were the letters, he brings out Mr. Beast with a super beware, with not even revealing it was a super beware advantage. He just has the briefcase up, one of the his logo, the one with just his logo, not the beware label on it, and then still has cover. He still has a cover on the letters, right? Uh, and I don't know. I think that people would still go for it, right?
This
Or
cast did
maybe
go
not.
for the beware.
Hmm?
I feel like this cast would go for the thing
Yeah,
that says
right,
beware.
right.
Yeah.
And because they went for the beware, they have to go for they have to go. They're gonna get the letters. Basically, that's what the consequence of it, right?
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Oh,
one
what did
thing.
you think of? Oh, go
Mm,
ahead.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What did you think of Devons's truth bomb? I'm gonna use truth bomb because that's the thing that Deshaun used back in 41.
When he blew up the games of the Truth and Integrity trio,
Yeah.
basically.
Smart
Oh,
move.
I think he was playing like a desperate guy, didn't have anything to lose, was just again method in the madness. He was being
Okay.
Hamlet, right?
Okay.
Uh, he knows that if ever there's just two of them, there's just three of them. Everyone else, he basically said, you know what? They're gunning for all of you guys.
Mm,
Right? These three are gunning for you. Well, at the very least, he was focusing all of the attacks on Stephanie. Kudos to Stephanie and yeah for not throwing Jonathan under the bus, right?
mm,
Because it was Jonathan who came up with the name of Ozzy.
mm,
But yeah, he was basically playing a desperate man's game, and I think it was a good move. I think it was a good move because he had nothing to lose, uh, everything to gain. That was why he was smiling as soon as he found out what the conditions were for the Super Beware, right?
yeah.
Because otherwise he would have gone home anyway. So if he misreads or misdeclares the coin flip, he goes home. He would have gone home anyway,
Mm,
right?
okay.
Yeah, same thing here. I mean, okay, I'm gonna blow up the games of Stephanie, Jonathan, and by association Joe, because Joe didn't really have anything to do with a lot of the strategizing in this episode. Blow up the games of these three, and if people still think that they want to go with the easy vote, okay. But if they're convinced, then good for me, right? Nothing to
Mm,
lose, nothing to lose at all. So yeah, and he didn't blow up anyone else's game. He just blew up the game of Stefan, right? He didn't like expose anything that Siri did, anything that Aubrey did, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was really targeting his attack on Stefan.
Guy's
So
crazy as well, no?
yeah,
This
yeah.
is why, this is why we love Survivor. This is why we love old
Mm.
school Survivor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because you have that. He's like no, he's not like Carolyn in New School. That's I'll go. I'll keep on saying it. Method in the madness. He
Mm.
seems crazy, but I'm sure that he's got some strategy behind it. Yeah. Well, I have faith that
Well,
he has strategy behind it.
we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah. Oh, one thing though, going back a bit to the auction. I love that moment that Aubrey had with the mac and cheese, uh,
Yes.
where where she said it tastes like home, and so as someone who cooks, right? And a lot of times I cook a lot of the things that I grew up with.
Mm.
So every time that I eat that thing that I cook, it always brings me back
Yeah.
to memories of when I was a young boy, a young lad
Yeah,
over there in Cebu,
a young Tito.
a young Tito, right? Just eating my humble food there in Cebu. So yeah, back when I was still living there. So yeah, it was a nice moment, and then it was interesting that Jeff went to Joe, right? Because Joe always has these really nice insights about family, right?
Yeah.
He's the Vin Diesel of this
I was about
Survivor.
to say that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it just goes to prove that Ratatouille was right, right? The movie Ratatouille was right. If you cook
Yeah.
something well enough, it can trigger a lot of memories, and it becomes such a nice moment for whoever is eating it. So food is such a huge part of our history.
Yeah. And for me, mac and cheese specifically, like
Mm.
that's a food that I grew up with. So,
Mm.
what do you call it? It also struck something. It also tickled my brain in that way
Your brain, not your heart.
and my stomach. The three most important parts about
Mhm.
humanity: the brain, the
Exactly.
heart, and the stomach.
Exactly. Yeah. And speaking of stomach, I mean that another human moment in this auction, Siri getting sick and then just coming
Uh,
back in to eat the rest of her charcuterie.
we could have done without that.
But I think
Like
that
I'm
they
pretty,
need to highlight Lola, right? They need to highlight Lola a bit.
yeah, yeah, fine, fine. Anyway,
Yeah, Lola is like Lola Siri is playing the game really well, really, really well.
yeah, yeah. She's probably gonna win
Yeah, and
if you know.
I liked her line when who was it who said that? Stephanie, I think when Stephanie confronted her about, oh, I heard that you, Rizzo, and Ozzy are gunning for me, yada yada yada, and then she just comes out with, you know what? If anyone comes to me with a name, I'm not gonna say no. Right? That was such a good. I'm in the middle kind of line. Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Three. I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she does it, but
Maybe it's
you
because
know,
of those moments where she throws up and comes right back in with a smile and eats the rest of her food.
gosh, I don't know. Is she? I forgot which of the podcasters said it, but one of them mentioned or has this idea that Siri is just cursed to never win Survivor, you know?
Yeah. She plays such a
Because
good game, but she's cursed to never win.
yeah, precisely because she plays such a good game, nobody in their right mind is going to take her to the end.
Mm.
And it isn't only like I mean, the mystique is part of it, but then like apparently when people are there playing with her, ito, like what ano said, diba? Like what D said, diba?
Mm,
You know, she she should be voting out Suri, but she doesn't want to.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see. Just maybe, Jeff moves the right stuff around to make sure that Siri gets the final tribal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one good thing though. I'm going to the letters. I want to talk about the letters. This time, it looks like the family actually wrote on the piece of paper
Oh,
that were given. It wasn't like it was monographed onto on whatever
yeah,
paper, right?
yeah. There was actual personality to the handwriting.
Yeah, yeah, right. And I mean, I'm a sucker for these kinds of things. But Cerise's letter from her dad, that was such a nice moment too. A
Yeah,
lot of nice moments in this episode.
yeah. Like this is a great episode in spite and despite of Mr. Beast.
uh, do we think that Martin will say otherwise?
Well, we Martin is going to say
Mm.
that I think Martin is going to talk less about Survivor and more about like Mr. Beast's product line.
I wonder if he actually bought the feastables that are in the supermarkets nowadays.
Because they're on sale, right? Apparently.
Yeah, yeah. Is that the one? Is that the one that he does in collaboration with Logan Paul?
I do not know. I really do not care.
Yeah, same here. So anyway, so yeah, so Martin is gonna talk a lot about feastables. Anything else that you think Martin is gonna talk about?
Nope.
Well, he did warn us, right?
Yeah,
There's gonna
he's
be a
just
lot of
gonna say like he's just gonna say that I really like Feastables. You know, if you're gonna go to Shaw Boulevard, if you're gonna be in that area, just go over to Shang or whatever. There's an entire wall of Feastables. Peanut butter cups.
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is Martin's thoughts.
Hi, this is Martin's Thoughts, and sadly, this is not brought to you by Mr. Beast's Feastables. Still on discount, by the way, in our nearby restaurants or supermarkets everywhere in the Philippines. Starting off in this episode saying this is a nice way to have a guest celebrity. Someone who actually is a Survivor fan and literally sits down to not be in the epicenter of any scene he's on. Like, if you noticed, during his reveal, also during the time that Devens had to, like, call heads or tails, he didn't have to be in the center of it. He let Devens in. So that's a good palate cleanser compared to the last episode before this one. Or even the Zach Brown and Fried Chicken episode. So props to you, Mr. Beast. Yeah, that's the first thing I want to start off. And, oh my God. Gosh, man, Aubrey just grabbed the grub too fast. For 280 bucks, two grubs just to get milk and cookies. That is like killer gameplay and like killer instinct from Aubrey. Good on you. I also like the whole Lex Luger reference on Jonathan being the total package. Because he does look like the bearded Lex Luger here. Oh man, a lot of things I want to talk about in the reward challenge when they do the auctions. So even the part where Suri just walked out and said she's gonna be sick, rose up a bit, and then a few seconds later, okay, I'm back. That was funny. Okay, but speaking of Suri, I want to talk about more on how she won traders and how she sussed out players or faithfuls in that game like Stephanie. And it's like season one of Traders again, where it's Suri who had to take out Stephanie. And then also a callback to the time of Heroes versus Villains, where it was Suri's team or alliance that took out Stephanie's alliance and took out Stephanie in like a vote where she and James were like arguing. It's kind of funny because just like the last time Stephanie got voted out, she was having an argument in tribal council and she was being sussed out. In this case, though, she had the majority of the votes. It was like a 702 vote kind of thing. I don't know. So out you go, Stephanie. But hey, props to her for actually making it to the jury compared to Heroes versus Villains, where she was like a pre juror vote out. So this is actually a step up on Stephanie's last game. So kudos to you. But for Survivor of the Week, guys, it's got to be just one guy. It's just got to be Devens, man. It's like he just added an extra 1 million to the prize of Survivor 50. And had he got it wrong, it's not only just going to stay at 1 million, he's going to be voted out. I mean, he's going to be eliminated. He doesn't even need to be voted out. So he was at that purposes. So he had a 50-50 chance of staying in the game, adding 1 million, or losing everything and being gone from the game without even being voted out. I can't even contest that, man. So props to you, Devens. You are my Survivor of the Week. Goat of the Week is, well, since Steph is gone, maybe Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan. Emily, no, Emily, she's awesome. She will not be the GOAT in this episode. And that's it for me. Thanks, guys.
All right, so that was Martin's thoughts.
100%, 100% right.
100%. Yeah,
100% right.
100%. Yep. Okay. All
Yep.
right.
100%. No notes. Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Martin, you got everything right. Let's go on. Let's move on to whose line was it actually? All right, so yeah, it was Aubrey. they
Yeah.
didn't. They didn't patch. They
Hubiki.
didn't patch Hibiki. Although Hibiki still got a line in this episode. At Tribal, he was able to say, "I wish I were there."
Yeah. So we know what it should have been. You know,
Yeah.
spoiler for something that's gonna happen like 2 minutes from now.
Anyway, and speaking of spoilers, next week the title is "Everyone Will Be Shooketh," and we did
Yeah.
see it on Next Time On. It was Devens who said it. It was the final line of this episode, basically, because it was on Next Time On.
Yeah. Darn.
Nothing
That's
to
no
guess.
fun.
Oh gosh, Jeff, you know that we make a game out of this, and you had to, spoil our fun.
Yeah. Pretty sure people are betting on this at some, on some like gambling website. So
I know, like, what was it? No Buffs. There, they, I think I remember because I was able to catch their recap of one of the episodes, and I think that they also did something like what our whose line was it actually, like
Okay.
predicting who is gonna get the line in the next episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean everything. People are betting on everything right now. What it could have been? Yeah, it's. I'll get the actual line from Hubiki, but I think it was something like I wish I could be there. It was when I think it was when Mr. Beast when the Super Beware advantage got revealed,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
he leans in on Coach and whispers, "I wish I could be there," or something like that.
another option for me would be a fun bad decision. Pretty early on in the episode we got that line, but I'm still going with Christian Hubiki.
My alternative answer would be the chant, total package, total package.
Total package. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that is what it could have been. Let's go to our survivors of the week. Who is your castaway of the week? I think that is a foregone conclusion.
Devens.
Yeah, Rick Devens. Yeah, blew up almost, well, uh, Truth and Integrity Trios game. and got Stephanie voted out. Basically, flipped the coin and got it right. Got
Yep.
an immunity idol, very important, and added 1 million to the pot.
Yep.
Next, we've got goat of the week. Who is your goat of the week?
Rick Devens.
Oh wow, why?
He had such a big, he had such a big round.
Hmm.
This could just put a target on his back. Like once that idol is gone, then you know he's gone, right?
Mm-hmm. There's eight.
So,
There's what? 9 of them left.
mm,
9? Are there nine
yeah,
of them left? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 9 of them left. Still a very far away from getting to the final four.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Me for my goat of the week is Ozzy, only because he still has not tied Boston Rob. He's had 2 chances in the past 2 episodes. Still has not tied Boston Rob for most immunity wins,
yeah.
individual immunity wins. Purple of the week. What or who is your purple of the
Mr. Beast.
week? Ooh, because he was
Considering
Jimmy,
that,
he wasn't Mr. Beast.
considering what they gave Zach Brown, this might as
Uh-huh.
well have been a purple.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I'm claiming that they're course correcting.
Yeah.
Production's probably course corrected. They didn't want the smoke from fans again.
And
Uh
the other purple of the week that I have is Balot.
yeah. Yeah.
They've done it before.
They've done it before, but then again, do you think that Lola Siri would have eaten? No, I don't think that outside of the charcuterie board, she was the one who got a lot of actual comfort. She now has a blanket and she was able to brush her teeth.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of overrated though.
Brushing the teeth,
The brushing your teeth and
the
the one
blanket.
in Australian Survivor, they had like a one reward, there was a shower. I remember that
Hmm.
and thinking to
Didn't they also
myself,
do that for US Survivor for like a season or two? China,
yeah,
I
like
think.
back in the day they
Yeah.
had like the shower as a reward, but you know what I
Yeah.
think about it, like I'm the beach smells kind of musky and all of that, right?
Mm.
And if there's something that a shower does to you when you like come out feeling fresh after a shower, like the stuff that isn't fresh just hits harder.
Mm. Yeah.
It's like going out into like the dirtiest part of Manila directly after a shower. Don't feel that
Mm-hmm.
good. But
Mm.
after a couple of hours at work, you go to like the smelly part of Manila. It isn't as bad.
Yeah. It's more tolerable than doing it at the start of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And brushing your teeth kind of the same thing, I think. You know.
Well, Jeff did say, I mean, Siri said, "Do you smell the mint?" And Jeff was like, "I smell you more than the mint."
Yeah.
So it didn't really quite help, right?
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff, trying to be sassy still, uh, but not quite. My purple of the week is I hinted at it. Joe, he literally did nothing in this episode.
Hmm.
He did bid for something, but he didn't win anything at the auction.
Yeah.
He wasn't really part of the strategy. He wasn't part of the scampering
Mm-hmm.
before tribal. And yes, he did have that one good input about how those letters are me, my children are me, and after I read those letters, I can tear the roof off of a house or something. Right.
Mm.
So yeah, but outside of that, he didn't really do anything. Yeah. So yeah, Joe is my purple of the week.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Any final thoughts about the episode?
Good episode.
Hmm.
One
Yeah,
of the better ones of the season.
I have to say, yeah, you're right. Um, from a couple of episodes that have sort of plateaued, right? This episode was pretty good.
It's
right?
like, I don't know about it. It's like a smiley face. You know, if you
Mm.
think of if you plot the quality of episodes, entertaining level of entertainingness, if you plot that on a graph
Hmm.
against time, you end up with a smiley face.
Now right now I'm looking at IMDb.
Hmm.
This episode 10 actually is the second highest rated one after episode 1 on IMDb. Episode 1 was rated 9 out of 10. This one was rated 8.9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, the previous episode was 5.2. Probably a lot of Hubiki fans there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blood Moon was rated 4.9.
Oh, diba? So you
Yeah.
think about it, it looks like a smile, a smile.
Yeah. Oh, and guess what the lowest rated IMDb rated episode was?
The Zach Brown one.
Yep. I don't even see the
Oh,
number. I can't see the
all of
number. I think it's like
all of
4.2
you,
or something.
all of you Zach Brown haters. You had it. We had it so good with Zach Brown. We were we were eating well, but we had to
I
start complaining. And when we started complaining, what ended up happening? Hubiki gets voted out.
So yeah, so far, yeah, it's up and down the ratings, but it was steadily going down, and then it started going up after Blood Moon, and then the Hibiki vote out happened. That's when it went down again. But this episode, huge jump from 5.2 to 8.9, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a side dish of chaos. And that is it for this episode of the Council of Titos. Again, please hit the like and subscribe button if you want to hear more from us in the coming weeks. Once again, this has been Sporty to Joel.
And I am Juxtapotito Jow. Ooh, yeah, it's got a ring to
Yeah.
it. Mm.
Stay safe, everyone. The Titos have spoken.